Wow, Bitcoin just broke $100,000. We have altcoins collapsing. Let's talk about it. I'll give you the news on what's happening. We'll discuss what we should do from here. And I'll give you my sentiment as someone that's been, in the market for 5 years or so, buying crypto throughout the entire bear market. Give you my thoughts. And someone, I don't want to pat myself on the back or anything like that, but I think I have a pretty good feel for the market because I look at it every day. Like, that's my job. I'm out here working out and saw Bitcoin fall under $100,000. This is something that hasn't happened in a long time, right? Months and months. So we'll go through, again, what's happening right now. Of course, I want to give the disclaimer. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I would put it like on the video like I normally do, but I want to upload this quickly. So there are affiliate links underneath the video. I may be compensated if you use them. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. There's no guarantee, all that kind of stuff. Crypto is risky. Let me throw out all these disclaimers. If you do want to start trading on BYDeFi, there's a link to my link tree underneath the video. There you can sign up. And when you use my link, you can get access to some of the giveaways that they have, right? Right now, you can get up to $10,000 for trading on the platform. Of course, do your own research, make sure you understand leverage trading, all that. And I did just make some moves as well, which usually I go through them directly in my Telegram. I talk about them, but I'll talk more about them here. There's a link to my Telegram underneath the video too, in case I get banned off YouTube, which is happening more and more. I got banned for a week and I just came back, yesterday. So right now, Bitcoin's falling down. Maybe I'll move to a more comfortable spot. Bitcoin's falling down under $100,000. A lot of people are panicking. I see a lot of people saying, see, I told you so. I told you to scale out of crypto on YouTube, on Twitter. A lot of people are saying that. I see some influencers that have been all in on crypto. They're now saying, I've been telling you for months to scale out of crypto. And yeah, it's just kind of funny how that goes. Now, Bitcoin falling under 100,000, Ethereum under 3,300, a lot of altcoins down, 5-10% on the day. Of course, it is a bloody day in the markets just in general. Last time I looked, the NASDAQ was down 1.5%. And there's just general fear of what's going to come next, right? The markets have been racing up and racing up and racing up. People are thinking now there should be some kind of correction, right? The government shutdowns lasted a long time. That could ripple through the economy. The Fed still seems like, some people are saying that they seem very hawkish. I think they're actually pretty dovish right now, cutting rates and ending quantitative tightening. But some people are saying that, they're talking really tough to us, that they may not cut in the future. That mixed with the government shutdown could cause a broad weakening of the market, and maybe demand for a lot of products goes down because people just don't have money. In crypto specifically, we have whales selling. Whales that have held for 10 plus years have been offloading crypto over the last month. We have liquidations that are playing a big factor in it too. Binance is dumping crypto. Just like usual, I believe it's actually through Wintermute. There's some drama between Wintermute and Binance yesterday, but looks like they're dumping crypto once again. They're selling and then causing liquidations and then buying back at cheaper prices. This continuously happens, and some people are just sick of it, right? Bitcoin's fallen down over 20% now. We're in official crash territory. A lot of altcoins off of their highs, 60, 70%. Some, more than that. Some aren't even close. Now Bitcoin has bounced off of 100,000. It fell slightly below. Now it's moving slightly above. We fell below the 50-week simple moving average. 98,000 or 98,500 is really the next line in the sand I'd be watching, because I think it was in June we fell down to that level. And then after that, $90,000, then maybe, we go lower. That's a possibility. However, I actually filmed a video a few days ago just for the Telegram when we had another bloody day like this. And I think this still rings true that it's not smart to sell when everyone's scared. Everyone's panicky right now because we're in the fourth quarter of the post-halving year, and I could be wrong, right? I am wrong sometimes, like a decent amount of the time. But overall, if you look, it's always been a good thing to do to buy Bitcoin when it's fallen down 20% and we're in extreme fear. And even though like I've been saying that for months and we've fallen down, right? Well, chances are we'll probably be very happy that we hold Bitcoin, because I was saying the same thing in the bear market. People were calling me stupid when I was buying at 20,000, then we fell down to 17. People were saying we're going to go down to 12. I'm not buying till 10. I'm not going to buy until we're in single digits. And then we never got there, right? So at the end of the day, I think whether you buy, sell, hold has to be dependent on your own situation, and I guess your own feelings on the market, right? If you're not that bullish on Bitcoin, you'll probably sell at a bad time. If you need money in the next month, you probably should sell right now. To be clear, like, you should not be buying assets like cryptocurrency or equities or real estate if you need money like quickly. If you're trying to flip some money when you need it soon, that's not a good idea, because you'll make irrational decisions when it falls down, then you'll end up selling at a loss. If you're someone that wants more Bitcoin, right, you should probably consider dollar cost averaging. Like I said, it's not been a bad thing ever to dollar cost average when we're down 20%, and we're going into an easing cycle. The Fed's lowering rates, ending quantitative tightening, actually going to start quantitative easing. Other assets are 2% off of all-time highs. And we're going into a much more productive world that should value Bitcoin higher and higher. And there's more uncertainty, I think, going into the future too. So in general, like, we still have all these different companies buying Bitcoin. We're going to start printing the dollar a lot more. There's going to be more productivity, more higher earnings. Like, I think Bitcoin does really well in that world, and it's being more institutionalized. More people are able to buy it. I personally think that this is a bit of a fake out. All right, I've said this for a while, but I think this would be the most likely way to shake most retail investors out of their holdings, is a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt around when we usually bottom, but everything else is very positive. So then it's easy to quickly get a rebound after a lot of retail is already sold or panicked. Of course, I could be wrong, right? And I'm happy to be wrong. I don't mind buying Bitcoin back at 80,000, 70,000, 60,000 if we get that low. I don't think we're going to get that low, though. I don't think so. There'd have to be some exchanges breaking, some companies breaking and blowing up. And I say, Bitcoin broke because it just broke under $100,000. What am I doing right now? Well, I dollar cost averaged yesterday. I'm down a little bit, but I don't care. That's dollar cost averaging money. It doesn't matter if we fall down 5, 10, 20%. I'm going to keep on dollar cost averaging a percentage of my income. And today I'm adding more to my long positions just to increase my margin of safety. So I added more to those. It's very simple on BYDFi to add more margin. And honestly, I might start opening some new positions too if we keep on falling down, because there are some juicy points to jump in. Of course, you don't want to be necessarily like longing every step down into a bear market, but eventually if you do that and you're using low leverage, which is what I use, you will eventually get the bottom and then make insane returns, which we were able to do throughout the last bull run. And, I started long the market in the 20,000s, and we've been able to make life-changing amounts of money and take profits along the way. That's key. You have to take profits. Again, if you want to start trading, you can check out BYDFi. Of course, approach at your own risk. I really do appreciate you watching. I'm going to try to upload this and get to the rest of my workout. I'm not quite done. I just got through the warm-up, so I appreciate it. I'll see y'all soon. Try to touch grass, have a drink with a friend, have dinner with a loved one or something, and have fun today. Don't just stare at the charts the whole night. Thanks. Bye.